Okay, we are here for round 2. It's a cool hand, but we got to ship it. Maybe this was Bitter Blossom. We go Bitter Blossom into Spectral if we draw land into Planeswalkers. That does sound cool. I mean, but it's not, right? It's just like hope we draw, and like to maybe start playing on turn 3 is not really, even if it's a powerful turn 4, right? Like play Sarah or Sorin and pump our tokens. Yeah, I think we got a mulligan. Oh yeah, we got London mulligans now. This is still pretty good. Thoughtseize into Souls into Planeswalker. I'm gonna keep this. I guess I get rid of the gift. Like I want this, and I don't want to risk it on a land. It's gonna be a little painful with the silent clearing, but Sorin should gain that back. Audio should be better now. I'm assuming it sounded better to me when I tested it. So I apologize for that past match, but at least the content was worth it, because that game was fantastic. That match was fantastic. So we know we're playing Goblins, so we know life total is a thing. So I'd like to hold off on the clearing as long as possible. But, well, I guess, so the only downside of me getting a swamp here is that if I draw Spectral, I can't play it on turn 3, but I'm just going to play Souls on turn 3 anyway, so it's just fine. Don't matter. It's not that big of a downgrade. Interesting. Creature, so this like kills a token, which is annoying. This makes a bunch of tokens. Haste after 3 and costing 1 less when they have a vial and no mana is not a big deal. So do I care more about, because this like comes in and then it dies, right? If it has haste, they can attack with it, but I think this is the key here. Just the most amount of tokens. They also mulligan? Is that true? Yeah, they did. Okay. That's good then. Bunch of Goblins is probably not a deck that mulligans very well. Just because they need that quantity factor. So Souls into Sorin is a good plan against any aggro creature deck. They will get to ping one off with the Sting Scourger or whatever that card is. But it's not terrible. I guess I could take it now. So what's their hand? Single Scourger and some unknown card. It slows me down, I take 2 more. And next turn Souls. And then the following turn Sorin. Or I Souls now. They end of turn put it down. Kill one of my tokens. No, if they do that, then the Echo. Then they lose it for Echo. So they probably play it next turn, attack with haste. I can block the War Chief with the other token. And if not, I'll just let the Sting Scourger hit me. And then I'll have something for Sorin the following turn. Let's do this. Like this Inquisition's gonna be dead later. And anything to slow them down enough that I can start getting my Soul Sorin plan going is ideal. Yeah, I mean, they can vial this down now, but then they just lose it to its echo cost next turn, so... Okay, I think that was probably right. Curious to hear what people think. So they're just playing off the top of their deck now, which is good for us. But there's still a lot of draws. Like, I don't know if they play Siege Gang or anything, but... Or, what's the new card? The Ringleader. Ringleader is probably about the best thing they could draw for themselves. Bad for us. Yeah, we'll do this. And then we can decide next turn if we want to, like, draw a card and flashback souls, or if we care to just go Sorin plus an attack. We're going to Field of Ruin. Yeah, it's fine. I assumed, but I didn't want to not play land. We still have a clearing in our hand, too, so we can play it and activate it next turn if we care to. Okay. It's not bad. Certainly trading off with a War Chief if I get a chance. I mean, I could just, like, block the Expert, but I don't. If they don't have anything, they probably won't attack with the Expert. Ugh. Ugh. I mean, it's a couple 1/1s, but still, it's tough. Yeah, that, I mean, like I said, that's just their just their best draw. So I was gonna block a 2/2 because I think, like, basically I take 2 for the potential of gaining 3 later, but here I can just block 1, take 6, and then the potential of gaining 3. Actually, gain 6 the next turn. I don't know why I didn't attack with one of the prospectors. It's weird. Oh, I got rid of the wrong one. That's okay. So here I gain 3. Maybe I don't do this. I would attack plus Sorin, attack with this creature, gain 3, have a 3/2 blocker, but then they can kill Sorin. So let's do this. Hope to draw a path, basically. Don't care to take damage from Thoughtseize. So we do have to hope they don't draw something good now. Because I am going to want to not trade off all of my spirits. I think it's a pretty easy attack all for them. It's a bunch of 2/2s. So now I have to block everything because taking 3. Well, no, I don't have to. Block the 2 War Chiefs, take 6, go to 1. And the following turn, Yeah, I could try to gain life from Soren, but they can just Crater Maker. Yeah, it's a bummer. Kill my 3/2 lifelinker. So I may as well just do this now. Yeah, we might lose this now. Crater Maker was good. Otherwise, I would have taken 2 more if it was another 2/2, gone to 1, attacked for 3, gone to 4. Not dead, actually. If they brick, we probably run away with this game because they have to suicide in to kill the Soren. Okay, now we just lose. Sorry, I was trying to get rid of that background noise there. All right, well. That was close, but there's a clear plan. Oriak's coming in. Caller is likely. Halo's next. What are we losing? We're losing Thought Seizes as much as it'd be good to take out Ringleader. Keep the removal. Probably keep Bitter Blossom. Keep Virtue. Keep any life gain. Cut the gifts. Inquisitions are not great, but I can keep them. That gives us a spot for the Caller. Yeah, I don't think we want gifts. I guess if we can target our own thing and get a 3/3 is good against them, but I'd rather stick to plan here. Brutality's pretty good. Not as good as Burn because the duress effect isn't as effective, but it's not a deck of mine playing against though. Especially now that it's strong enough. I think on the list of decks we want to play against, Goblins is higher on that list. We're kind of doing a similar thing, like we're just putting out go wide smaller creatures, but ours are a little more effective. Like we don't have Ringleader, but Lingering Souls and Spectral is the same thing. War Marshal is just a differently costed Spectral. I would love to play first. I would love to keep this hand. Inquisition, champion. Yes, please. I don't think they can deal with a champion. They're only like other colored cards or black cards. Like they could Thoughtseize one now if they wanted to. I would just take the Thoughtseize anyway. Tarfire, Warchief, Matron. Matron's probably their best. Sling Gang's annoying, but I think we'll be okay. Just because Matron will get whatever is like potential to help them in any given turn. or any given game state. And obviously, fetching for a basic is less damage long term than the silent clearing. I think next turn we go champion, shambling vent, and I don't see a world in which they win that game. But I'm always happy to learn more. I mean, I'd like not to lose while we learn more, but I'd rather learn the hard way on Magic Online than a real tournament. It's pretty loud. Always yes. Play land, call it a day. So obviously the cards to look out for are things like Skullcrack, things that say like damage can't be prevented. And then you're like, you lose your champion, but I don't, like that's against burn. I would find it hard to believe that this deck would do that. You can go ahead and attack, okay. Didn't think so. Well, I'd like a real something at some point, but so do I want to Field of Ruin their Field of Ruin? I don't think so. I'm just gonna fire up Vent, get one hit in, and then if they choose to later hit my Vent, then that's, they're also not doing much. So obviously I do want to put them on a clock. Like I need to win at some point before this like Sling Gang becomes a problem. But they can play the Sling Gang and next turn I just like attack with everything, and I don't really want to do that. So I'm just gonna do this. Just start chipping away a little bit. And I don't have enough mana to field and vent next turn, but wow, that's a cool swamp. Yeah, I don't know what I would do if I was our opponent either. Like, they can Sling Gang, let me gain a ton of life, but then attack with everything. Whichever one I block, they can just sack it to drain us for one, which is like the best they can do, but like having two Orion champions out is tough because like I'm gaining so much life from that. I guess they don't want to attack with Sling Gang because then I'll block that one, but I can field and then souls. Keep myself on the long game. Basically like the field, like I don't want them to field away my Shambling Vent. but the other option is just do this and Virtue probably. Sting Scourger does get rid of a token. Like I could have flashed back the thing, but it's okay. So let's see, they'll kill one. I guess they could kill both of my tokens. I think it's worth attacking. I just want to end this game. I'm at 34. Yep, Tarfire. Sting Gang's gonna kill the last spirit, and then they can attack with everything, but that's just like, don't know that it matters that much. They can field and then sting. Oh, it costs one less. Nice. Whoa, that's cool. That's cool. Yeah, I mean, I took 12, but it just kind of doesn't matter. I'm going to save the Sorin for the next turn. I have 4 mana. So this is going to be a longer game, so I'm going to want to keep my vent. I'm going to do this. Probably sack the clearing next turn. Now I am going to hold back. No reason to. I will eventually kind of lose this game. Or sorry, I will eventually win this game with my spirits. Just gotta keep life total high. Yep, so they're gonna have the grind going. Yeah, I mean, they can do powerful things. That's why I do need to end this game as soon as possible. And that's good to know for game 3, just not to get complacent. Yeah, I would just block with the champions and leave the spirits alive. Like, with Sorin in hand. Oh, shoot. All right, here we go. With Sorin in hand, I have no reason to risk anything shady happening. I guess Blood Moon's a consideration. And attacking them down to 12. Sorry. Attacking them for 12 versus 8 doesn't quite do enough. I'd rather keep Sorin alive. Yeah. Oh, they're attacking Sorin. Sorry, my auto triggers get lost when, depending on how I pass priority. Creature or planeswalker. All right, soapbox. I love the planeswalker rule change in terms of like now you're just targeting planeswalkers directly instead of like redirecting damage. Whoa, 4 for 4. Instead of just redirecting damage to a player to a planeswalker, and I like the cards say damage to planeswalker. But it does just seem that, like, things like Lightning Bolt should be able to go anywhere, but there's cards like this one that's like very clearly like a creature kill spell. That there's just cards that are weird that they would kill planeswalkers. And I think they went a little bit above it. Like, I understand they don't want planeswalkers to like get out of control, but it's still a little weird. So they're dead. I've 6 in the air and 2 unblockable. So I thought they were going to attack with everything, and I was just going to make a point of like not block with the spirits at all because, oh, I guess they can gain life. Yeah, whatever. But yeah, I was going to keep the spirits alive because I thought they were dead on board. I forgot about the Sling Gang. So maybe that's a target to path, is the Sling Gang. Because they're going to grind out. They're going to have a lot of tokens. And a lot of goblins out. Wait, what? Oh, I got to get rid of this like ASAP. I didn't realize that card did that. Again, luckily I'm at tons of life, so like an attack with everything wouldn't have done much, but if they're having to sock 1 goblin to drain 1 and do 1 damage to a spirit, like if they want to kill both, they have to lose 6 goblins, and that drains me for 6, but with still 2 champions out, event back to block, getting rid of arguably their best goblin. I don't know. This is actually kind of close because they are gaining life, so they're extending the clock, and I did commit to attacking with the champions. Yeah, that's interesting. They have another ringleader. Another munitions expert to kill my last spirit. Yeah, I'm actually gonna need to draw something. Or a few somethings. That Sling Gang is gonna keep them very well alive. And they are going to attack for a whole lot. So they can ringleader or expert, not both. 8 goblins. Yep. It's 9. It's 1, so 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9 by 3 is 27. It's 30 damage. And then 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. They can do another 9 on top of it. So 39 puts me at 8. I still get to attack with Vent next turn if I want to. It's that or chump block now. I don't know that chump blocking is what I want to do with Event. This is tough. But the danger is if I draw something I want to cast next turn, I can't activate Vent. So really, like, blocking with Event and an Auriok Champion's what I should have done. Yeah, I mean, that was hugely a misplay on my end because I'm now in a very bad position against coming from a very favorable position. So that was my mistake. Should have seen that they weren't dead that long and should have held back with the champions. It's irrelevant now. So if I chump now though, like they still have the same, like I'm saving myself 6 life. It's not quite enough. Not enough to matter. Path is similarly not enough. But I am going to have him commit to doing something right now. Yeah, this is it's a tough position. So it's possible I should have last time pathed last time pathed the Sling Gang because they had the combo of Sling Gang and Pashulik, and so they would have still had to decide how many times they wanted to do that with Pashulik before Sling Gang got targeted. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Can I survive? I mean, I can't kill them. Put them to 1 and then I die on the backswing. So the only thing I can do is just see what they do, see how they attack. I can live through an attack all. As it stands now, at least. It's possible Trashmaster was the better target for Path. But the reason I didn't is that I'm more worried about killing them faster and them not gaining life so that I can kill them faster rather than not dying, because I think I would die at some point anyway if I don't kill them soon. They go 4 again? Wow. All right. Letting me gain a lot of life, but it will be worth it to them at some point. Question is, I need to close out this game. It's probably with flyers because I'm not going to be able to attack with the champions. I don't know, math. I'm probably dead. But I don't have any decision points here, so. Yeah, they got it. Yeah, the War Marshals were it, right? I mean, the casting all that made sense because, like, this is still +2 damage. The Marshals, oh yeah. Each Goblin is +1 damage, so, you know, 1, 2. Yeah, that was exactly it. That was +2 damage, +3, +4, +5, +6 damage. There we were. Yeah, that's a bummer. It's not a deck I hate losing to, though. I mean, I had every opportunity, and I, like, kind of blew it. Not entirely true. This ringleader into, you know, drawing 4 Goblins a turn is rough to beat. But it does show that the double Auriok draw is not necessarily enough. If I don't draw anything, right, which I didn't, and they did a good job of getting rid of my spirit tokens that were going in for the win at some point. So they played well, and I obviously needed to pressure them, but that was why I was going in for the attacks sooner, pretty early on. Like when I was at 30 some life, I was willing to trade a couple points of damage on them in order even to allow them to attack for 4 to 6 back, just because I knew I had to end the game at some point. The thought process was correct. I'll have to go back to that game and watch and see if the execution was correct of at which points did I attack and did I not. That's the trick. So anyway, we play to learn, but either way, I think it was an enjoyable match. I will be back for round number 3 next.